here and maybe able to get in just in time, but it's already been smoked off. Fnatic have got B control. Here we go with this plant coming down, and we have seen this CAB rotate so many times on this map since the start of the stage.
Oh, that's not the start they were hoping for, but a decent trade from Soulcast will survive on his last legs. 13 HP available to him once he gets back out of that Viper screen. It's dangerous as well, especially with Leo holding that frenzy and Boaster still lurking around the back lines. Leo getting aggressive, leaving just 2 remain.
Boaster's just been the anti-player this round, whether his team or not, he is, and he's made it count. Redgar finding one back the other way, but it's a 3 versus 2 with a spike still to be defused. Feels like Fnatic have all the control they need now. Boaster comes in for the active engagement, gonna find Nats, and it's an easy team, but still enough to make an impact as we saw in the close towards that round. So Fnatic starting out pretty slow in that first round, just kind of feeling out exactly where the push is coming through, and here kind of baiting Liquid forward. They did not sprint forward for the orb as they did in the previous round, and Liquid think, okay, maybe it's safe to take. Turns out it's absolutely not.
Yeah, Fnatic are being very methodical, by even using nano swarms to clear the close to rubble. Just having these crossfire setups, so any double swings are not going to allow for any real level of damage. And with 2 kills now on the A side of the map, they basically have it for free. Nat's the only one here. The man has a classic.
And just making great use of the range as well, right? Holding back, not looking to get aggressive and push forward too fast to take a risk running into a Sheriff, for example. Gonna sit here straight on top of the name, mind you. Nat's down to very, very low HP at this point. As Fnatic have control of the side, will find one, but immediately Chronicle is there for the trade. Down goes the spike, it's just 1 left alive for Redgar. 2-0 for Fnatic, pretty much guaranteed, unless there is a miraculous clutch coming out here.
But the thing is, any kills from this point onwards are actual damage. Like, there was one player who had a pistol, that was Leo, he's retrieved the gun. Anybody else who dies, that will drop a weapon on the dirt. There you go. Alpha gonna fall.
Okay.
Redgar as well with another through the wall. That is decent damage. So many risks, and just basically deny any of those aggressive spots that you want to take, which again, when you're playing a Neon, is something you desperately need to be doing.
It's the constant orbs as well. They've already got 2 or 3 this round. They've denied the A1 away so far because of the Odin. They're looking for a third. 3 orbs is nothing to turn your nose up at. Really good control so far from Fnatic at the map. Just collecting the resources and then looking to make a push happen. This time it does look to be to see.
Viper util denying them. 20 seconds left on the clock. Oh, Nats goes down, but again, you're right. They're going to double back in towards this B side. Redgar has the read. Waiting on the cross, watching for anybody make that push through, and he peeks in and just gets domed. A clean take in towards the site. There is nothing that Liquid could do in this position. Very, very easy from Fnatic, and even with a late rotation, Liquid could do nothing.
Not a full buy coming into the round either. We did saw the Guardians, for example. It just wasn't fully stacked up and ready to deal with this Fnatic team. But I think even outside of that, even had all things been equal, you still would have put Fnatic down as the winners. Again, the control of all 3 orbs, the way they slowly move their way through and then double back on towards B. It feels like the classic go-to play on the attacking half of Lotus is to choose the C or the A, and if you see enough defensive utility committed towards holding you back, you force your way straight across into B because the rotate is so damn quick.
Yeah, I think this next round is where we might have to see Liquid properly challenge for that map control, because again, they've been taking it very early. We've seen that in multiple rounds. A site being fought for just to try and hold that in the early stage. And these orbs are just being battled for across the map. Nice shot from Redgar. I think the majority of kills so far that Liquid have been him with a Sheriff.
Yeah. Really, when that's your only contributing, factor, I guess, it starts asking questions about where the rest will come from. Sapphire trying to get nice and close, Guardian in hand. The only buy that they actually had at the start of this round really was that rifle, of course, outside of 3 Sheriffs as we saw previously. It's not enough to establish full control, but Fnatic acknowledging, okay, it's not really worth giving up 2 or 3 players here on the push for an orb when we know we're already down 1 man. So their goal, it appears to be to rotate over towards A here. May even try and make a hit going through tree. Door is popped out. More of a bait than anything else, and may try to go instead via main.
Well, they've got the lockdown. That's the thing. If they want to try and make this that little bit safer, they can throw the lockdown in. Timing for Yumpy again. They're going to be caught out as they head into the B side. Now the lockdown put into play. They have a showstopper if they need it as well. Safe's just gone past.
To the right. He's just gone past.
I don't think they even realize, but the steps are eventually going to be heard by Durka, realizing they're still here, and then he swings off the back of that lockdown and just takes off both heads.
There he is himself. The king awakens for the first time on this day from his slumber, and even in the 4 versus 5, sure, they had the rifle advantage, but again, fantastic macro play.
This time they're pushing. This is a different ball game altogether. The last few rounds they've been passive. The Tiger also finding them early, although after them stunning up the players, they're going to rotate a little bit more safely instead and actually double up into the B side maybe? No, They're going to go all the way back around to A. If this ends up on the B site again, I think we have problems. Instead, though, an easy entry off the showstopper. It will be free for Fnatic.
This is when they pulled the play around last time and went it towards B, which is why we've got Redgar holding on B this time, expecting the B hit to come through. The difference this time is Fnatic have read that super well, anticipating the response coming out of Liquid, and have gone in towards A. Durka playing at the bottom of the rope here, finds himself one. Sadly flashed out for a couple of seconds, but Leo going to pick up the pieces to keep things going.
Yeah, and they're being shut down from all angles. Nat's already making the decision to try and save, but he's going to be hunted down as well. Durka across the board.
How fast we're rotating through these rounds, and here we go on a push again. Soulcast maybe kicking himself a little bit that he didn't get a single kill there, but reminder once more, we have got Liquid playing in an eco.
Yeah, not the greatest weaponry. They're going to know there's a man on site again, but it's just a ruse. It's just a ruse being sold. He's trying to bait them in that he's already gone. Nice shot from Yumpy, but the rest of the team have gone. And look where they've gone. An empty C site awaits them. They're going to use the Nightfall, which will tell them everything is completely clear, and afterplant almost guaranteed. And as you mentioned, some of the weaponry weaker, they've at least retrieved the rifle.
Yes, they had the second Guardian rotated back over as well, and they're going to even commit the ult here as well. A little bit of respect being shown to Liquid that they have got some weaponry on side that needs to be dealt with. That Viper's Pit now being deployed across bomb, across sites itself, looking good.
Oh, the turret placed behind. Is it actually going to spot Yumpy?
No way.
He's going to get past it. He still manages to get a kill, and that's huge. They have to clear him out. He might get caught in the Tiger. We're still using it for a second, but they start to lose the battles. In fact, all of them fall. Yumpy's the only one remaining.
Seconds of most of these rounds just dancing around spawn, deciding where to go, teasing in towards us where they can. It's a double swing coming on through. It's good mid-control established, but immediately it is snatched back by Fnatic.
Yeah, and even Safe going down to 5 HP. I imagine he's going to try and rotate back around and get Yumpy to heal him up at least a bit. So it won't be the end of the world. First time we've kind of seen an early trade go in their favor. They've been caught quite a bit. Yumpy able to go around the corner. That's a real sign. He's willing to go the extra mile to try and help out his team.
These guys just won't wait for me to heal them. All they want to do is charge up again. And nurse the children. But for now, they still have the chance to fight things through in this 4 versus 4. For the first time it feels in a long time, Liquid are kind of fully geared here and able to contest into players on the other side.
And the thing is, it's just being made awkward. All that utility, the Viper screen, locking out any real angles. They're going to go pushing back through a stun up onto Soulcast. He's completely stuck in the mud here and pushed through, and timing's not going to be the best. He at least wins that initial battle, but the trade is immediate.
Moses there ready, and Safe's now going to poke his head through and hope for the very best. Elsewhere, it's Yumpy coming up against Chronicle. These two not realising they're either side of this sound and bullet blocking screen. No one yet daring to cross. Chronicle bringing down Yumpy, changing responsibilities for Boaster, who was holding this angle previously back in the early game. But a 3 versus 2, and it feels once again that Fnatic will not be stopped.
Yeah, they've managed to make their way into the site. Again, just trying to bait out any utility that they can, and pinged up by Leo.
On the space that he was creating on this map, he started to get a little bit of hope for Liquid after the half, but you've got to get through this half first. Durka straight in, straight into spot and finds Yumpy as well, clearly expecting something else, but it's simply not to come. He just keeps on marching through, picks up 2. Who needs an ultimate?
I think Chronicle blinded, just trying for the spam. Save, there he goes, finally turns up into the server. Looking to try and take this one on his own. It's left all onto Alpha. He's gone for this rotation back through mid. I don't think they have any idea where he is. Soulcast finally starting to realize it's a second crazy shot out from Alpha. The turret put and he finally gets the kill.
He was putting a turret down in front of him as well. Oh, sheer frustration. Safe though has woken up. We saw him get 2 kills in the previous round. He started this one out onto his counterpart in Durka. We spoke about needing to get this trade back and start seeing things come online. It has slowly woken up. Nice to see. You're really enjoying this, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just the amount that they're attempting to do with this gun. Is he gonna get caught? No, okay. I thought Redgar might just swing him after going for the reload. Again,
well, there's 2 of them, but there is the bot on the floor as well, which would give everything away.
Playing into the late round.
30 seconds
Something
left.
Fnatic has done regularly. The rotation this time looking like it's right, but the problem is those ults still favouring Fnatic. They've got a lockdown if they need it again. They catch the rotations. 3 players within this site, but they are being picked apart one by one. It's left on to Nats, and there is no clutch to be. In case they challenge.
Oh, what is this? Chronicle sees one man. There's going to be a second stepping out. No, there isn't. Backs away just about in time, and here comes that lockdown. The beauty here as well is that he can still hold the angle with the Odin because they're going to get forced either on towards site or into his waiting arms. One tries to go for the challenge in the sky, but backs away immediately. Site control very much established here for the side of Fnatic as they keep on marching through. And Redguard does finally shut down that pesky Odin, but site control has been lost. Oh, Durka and backside, they went a little bit too deep there.
Oh, they're starting to clear them out. Good work from Yumpy. Only one man watching that flank now. It's left onto Alpha. TP across. He's going to hear it. He's going to expect it. And he's spaced out both! Again, every time there's a chance, this man just puts a spanner in the works. It is clear to see why Fnatic have missed him. And now they can go into that filthy afterplan. Just sat back waiting in their crossfire. Anybody taps that spike, they've got the peak. Good flash. And this time, they managed to decimate Alpha. Yeah, he's not clutching out this one. Information as well, so it's a good read once again, and Boaster going down, that's a huge difference maker.
Yeah.
They don't have that flank anymore, but they do get the opener.
Just thought for a second there he might be cheeky enough to find one or two. Straight in towards the back of the side goes Durka as well, propelled on forward. They've got a bit of crossfire coming in, one in towards Tree. Durka coming in from the side, and they are absolutely crushing them where they stand. 2 players left to face against the onslaught of these 4 Fnatic players.
Flank from Safe just a little bit further behind, and Alpha again is going to catch him on that rotation. Nats, we definitely haven't seen the best of him so far, but unfortunately that's not going to come up here either.
Like Durka, as you say, are just charging in to play off the back of that util. Just really rapid aggression where you're being choked out by the information, but also by the players pushing on their way through. I love Safe, by the way. Not bothered with any armor, has given up on trying to take a rifle, up on side.
Let's be real, at this point, try whatever you can.
Absolutely. Clearly the normal stuff isn't working, so let's go a little bit loopy.
Well, he's definitely someone who has donned the op and sniper in other games for quite a time, so no doubt that he can make it work. We'll get the opener, but it's an instant trade onto Redguard. Not the greatest of starts, but hey, at least bringing things back slightly more even with the weaponry they have on other players.
I mean, Redguard was the sacrificial lamb. Someone had to die there for him to be able to get away with it. Out comes the ultimate as well from Motion. They charge on through. They want to decide though. Oh, Nats was completely the wrong way. Durka turns for another, gets himself 2 charges back already. Not that it matters, as this round is pretty much done and dusted. Safe can try all he likes, but that Viper Pit again being pulled out at just the right time.
In this post-spawn, I don't know how they stand a chance. Durka so aggressively placed, especially with the Viper's Pit down, you're not going to expect him to be here. They are looking to clear those angles. Actually, the flash is perfect. That's at least the start. Now, having an operator going into a Viper's Pit, that's not going to help you. There needs to be a goal found, and Safe has found it. But there's so much left to do.
TY Durka. Use the rifle on side, at least giving a little bit of renewed chance here in the 2v3, but that time waits for no one. It is ticking on down. Yampy finds one. Can he poke into a second as well? No, that he can't. It's back the other way. Says he's going to try what he wants. Taps one, but time is pretty much done here. Doesn't matter if he finds the kill. Hey, if you see a lot of resistance, cut the baby door in towards me. It's the go-to standard. I've determined that after probably watching 3 or 4 maps of it.
You know. Oh.
That's all that's required.
Okay.
Pretty naughty, straight headshots with the smoke as well. Liquid have got control of B.
Yeah, and they've also got control of A. You've got Yumpy just sat deep after basically getting rid of all of the utility that was there. Boaster going to be pushing back through. Nice work from Redguard. There is a trade, but a 4 versus 2 situation. This pistol looks like it's on lock.
Yes, a good start. It's exactly what Liquid wanted. They didn't want to be walking out of their own map choice down 13. Here, tucked into the corner, right in front of your face, buddy. How's it going? Down he goes to the nade as well. At least 1 back for Durka, but there are still 3 more to find in a 2 versus 3 with about, what, 10 seconds to pull it off? Simply not going to happen, is it?
How many does Durka get? That's the only real worry, but no.
From Liquid, but Fnatic really want to take the fight in towards Spawn here. If they're looking towards B, they might find one. Chronicles found one on a swing out as well. Good bit of team play.
No.
There are 4 players coming in from behind here. What is that for a pistol force?
Oh no.
And they've got the Spectre?
Oh, this is starting to get really worrying. This would basically just crush them, maybe even for the next map as well. I was hoping this would be a confidence builder for some of the players, and Yumpy's just been dinged up as well. Redguard finally gets the first kill on the board. Stun up is going to force them back in towards the site, and the remaining players of Fnatic, they're being held by a fragment for now, but they'll start their rotation.
That's a good hold by Soulcast as well, that Bulldog bullying Fnatic away. still have the one on side to work with. It's Redgar off towards the left. Leo finds one. Down to a 1 versus 1. Is this actually doable? Feels like it might be if he gets the read first, but doesn't find it. Soulcast towards 4, and absolutely not. But Durka starts out with one. At least some A control established, but at the cost of safe.
It's not
Doesn't really feel worth it.
It's not worth it, no.
Because now they're probably going to have to back away anyway, because again, with all the walls being lined up, 2 players still holding on to way, of course, that knowledge being taken really away from the side of Liquid. I can't help but ignore how much of the utility we got stacked up as well out towards C and B. Players on A, everything else the other side.
They're slowly looking to make their way forward. The thing is, you've got Killjoy utility here, and you've got Chronicle sat there as well. Maybe trying to make sure they just can't be caught out by KO util. Now, Redgar has managed to take the site. This is not really being challengeable, although with an Odin, it might just be an attempted wallbang if he tries to go for the plant. The thing is, the rest of the team may be looking to try and head into B. Is this a bit of a ruse? And again, Redgar is going to find them an opener, pulling some players away, but in fact, the attack might actually just move that direction themselves.
I mean, he's got control and he's baited the TP out, which really makes the defenders think here, okay, they're rotating off towards B. It was really good use of the door, but Fnatic, they ain't messing around with this one. They still find a kill for themselves. And TL have got to work their way forwards. They've managed to get full site control now, 3 players in. That we have got 2 angles being set up. That Odin just will not stop making an appearance. They get a couple back on the side. There's only one left, and it's Soulcast all by himself to hold against them all with 13 seconds on the clock.
Well, I think they have shown their real power. Safe. He's going to try and just fight deep into the site. He's definitely not shown his best so far in this map, but they will get themselves into an afterplan. Weaponry still heavily in favor. Fnatic and Redgar actually going TPing into the A site. He's trying to clear them out from behind. Like, wrap around on that flank. Leo is looking in the wrong direction. He might actually have a kill for free.
The paranoia might keep him away if he's not too careful either. No, doesn't bring it out at that exact moment. Already seen Liquid rotating their ultimates through, trying to see what they can pull off here as well. They do get one from the backside. That might put a little bit of panic into this Fnatic side, because now they're aware that in the background they've got to deal with one. They find Yampi, Nade comes out as well, nice and close, not quite expecting, but 3 kills come in for Fnatic. They forced it down to a 2 versus 2. Redgar, the one that's been popping off in the round, but that's going to be the spike going off here, and Fnatic, despite their best efforts, will not be able to hold on. Liquid.
Initial fake in towards this C site, and you could already see the beginning of rotations coming through from the Fnatic players as they look to go in the other direction.
Do they know? There's enough utility that went down there to maybe convince Fnatic, but I feel like they've read into it a little bit too intelligently. You can see a couple of players angling out towards B, almost as if they're ready to commit to it, but now they get the read. It could have been a second for Durka, but no. Yampi gets the shutdown, side control established, and this is when Fnatic all start their rotate over.
Yeah, he'll get Seekers. That's the one ultimate they're going to have ready for this after plant position. Can maybe get a little bit of information as to where they're coming from, allow for those rotations to come in of his teammate.
There he comes. Racing on up here, maybe catch out to one as well on the short range side of things. Horn goes to reveals location, but the full flash comes in and Yampi goes into another. Really making himself important in this round before finally being shut down by Leo. 3 still standing for Fnatic. They've got 2 more to find. They get 1.
Oh no! He doesn't expect it to be that close. Left onto Nats in the clutch scenario though. Into the 1v1, time being bought on the spike, and Nats will keep it going. Instantly, Fnatic start rotating back, but Liquid are reading into this themselves. B site seems to be their best bet. Boaster just playing around a single smoke, waiting within it. He's gonna try and survive. I don't know how he's alive, but he's run out of bullets. Quickly decimated. Leo's found one, but Safe just looks to take control.
Those are the ones there as well. Great read in, and they've absolutely strung on their way through into sight here. Durka's in a 1 versus 2, has the ultimate on side. Does he believe in himself? Absolute clowns. I'm not getting rolled over 13-1, 13-0, for example. It still feels competitive, even if we don't get to see every single round in this half.
Yeah, I will say maybe they'll hesitate a little bit more when picking this map again. If they they need to put a little bit of work in on the defensive side, but you've definitely got a point. Right? They are showing that they have.
It's not the rollover I think we all thought, what, 5-6 rounds ago.
Here we go though. Again, just basically playing plant denial over on that defensive side. Lockdown available if they want to try and put it in. For now at least hesitating a little bit. Maybe have the read wrong as they start to go back in the other direction. Spam through is going to do so much. These Odins have just caused issues, and now Chronicle watching his buddy from the sidelines. Lockdown now thrown in. This is looking bleak.
They're all going to back away. The thing is, they hadn't got the spike down here, so actually, it's far from the end of the world. They're going to hard rotate off and towards B and bring out the Viper's pit as well. The Fatal rolls across, everything being dumped into such a small room here. The